and today we are going to be making Halloween crafts. For the most part of this video, I will be just talking and explaining how I did these crafts. Also, I will be showing you how to do some of them. So let's get into this video. The first craft, we will be making little bats on some string or yarn. I am using yarn. So you just want to take a piece of yarn. You can measure it for where you're going to hang it. I'm hanging mine above my barn just like you saw. So to start off with this craft, you're going to want to make a little bat stencil. I just cut this out of paper. So you can look up a picture on Google or whatever search engine you got and look up a picture of a bat. Then I simply just traced it and cut it out. Then you will also need a pin, some felt, scissors, and some tape. I would suggest using hot glue over tape, but right now my hot glue gun needs to charge, so that's what's going on there. So you want to simply just go ahead and pin your little stencil to your black felt, because trying to trace on black felt is just really hard. So then you want to simply cut them out and glue or tape them onto your yarn, and then you will have a lovely string of bats that you can hang wherever you like. You can hang these on your fence, above your barn, in your barn. These are really fun and really cute, and I made this last year. Then to simply just hang these on your barn, I simply just put pieces of tape on either end and tape it to my barn, and that's how I hang it up. Let's move on to craft number 2. So for the second craft, I'll just be explaining this one. You just want to cut off an end of a popsicle stick, then like the center-ish part of a popsicle stick, glue them together and paint the top half of it gray and the bottom half of it brown, and you get a little tombstone. You can put whatever initials you want on top of it, and I add a little bit more hot glue here to seem more mud-like and off the ground. So I have made 3 of these. These are really simple and really fun to make, and you can make as many of these as you want and place them all around your farm. So I hope you like these. So let's move on to craft number 3. For this craft, all you will need is a Kleenex or paper towel or something like that, and what you want to do is just carefully make a little pinch like this, twist it, then rip it, and then you've got a little ghost. There you go, a little ghost. You can make a ton of these. These are really simple to make and really cute. If you want to, you could always just add a little face on top to make them more cute, but you can place these all around your barn, and these are just really cute and fun. So let's move on to craft number 4. So last but not least, this is probably my favorite craft, is a ghost horse. I will be showing you how to make a ghost horse out of saran wrap and clear tape. So let's begin. So here's the craft supplies. You'll need scissors, saran wrap, and some clear tape. You will also need a model horse. I suggest you use a black one because we will be cutting it off the horse, and just in case if we accidentally give it a scratch mark, a black horse is probably the best because then you can very easily fix it versus a paint horse or one that has a lot of different colors in its coat. So I suggest grabbing one of your black horses. I have never hurt one of my horses doing this, but just be careful. I would suggest using a black horse. To start off, you just want to kind of take little pieces, or actually they're quite thick and long pieces of saran wrap, and you just want to start by carefully just wrapping these around your horse. Just be quite careful because the saran wrap sticks to everything, and that includes me. It's got to be very careful, so I'm going to continue wrapping this around his tummy, around his neck, around his head, legs, pretty much everything. Just don't wrap it directly around their tail. Just kind of pretend their tail and mane doesn't exist. So we're going to continue wrapping this pretty boy in saran wrap. Now that you have your horse all covered in saran wrap, it kind of looks like I'm ready to ship this poor boy off, but I promise I'm not. So now you just need to cut some pieces of tape and wrap them around your horse just like you did with the saran wrap, just you won't be wrapping it around as many times. So let's get started. your horse horse is all saran wrapped and all taped, and you think that everything is nice and secure, go ahead and very carefully make a cut right about here and go all the way down to about here, because you just want to be able to make it so you can get your horse out. You don't want to completely cut everything apart. Second of all, I'm using a different model than I did last year, so I did end up kind of just like wrapping the legs like that. So that's what I kind of ended up doing. So you can also kind of try to do the legs individually if you would like, but it can be a little hard. So I'm going to go ahead and try to cut this pretty boy out and see how well this ghost horse is looking. Okay, so I finally got my little horsey out of there, as you can quite tell. I don't know, but it was definitely quite tricky to get him out, but we eventually got him out. So now what you want to do is you want to very carefully kind of hold it like this, and you want to put pieces of tape back where you cut just by tucking it in and taping it back together. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and there you go. Your little ghost horsey is basically done. If you want to add a mane or a tail on it, all you need to do is simply just have a piece of saran wrap and cut it, and you can have, and just simply tape on some pieces of saran wrap. You can also do that on their tail here. We can have a giant tail if we wanted to, but you can simply cut some of those. I feel like I'm just not going to have a mane and tail on this one this year, but I do have one on this one that I made last year, as you can kind of see some of the mane right there. So I really hope you liked all these crafts, and if you did, don't forget to like this video and give it a big thumbs up. Bonus craft, these are what I call bone reins. I simply took a piece of chain and put 2 lobster clasps on either end, put some Play-Doh on it, so you just take little pieces of Play-Doh and stick it on here, wait for the Play-Doh to dry, and paint it white. You can also use clay would probably be better, but these are some reins with pieces of bone on them. I think they're really cool, and I hope you like them as well. So these are definitely one of my favorite Halloween little trinkets I got, so if you like these, feel free to make them as well. And as always, happy Halloween, and hope you all have a good one, and see you all next week for a surprise.